Hello, hello, Aldwin Alternate here. How are you feeling on this ANZAC Day? I always find it quite a somber day, a day of reflection, a day often on the Gold Coast and in Brisbane. It's often rained on this day too, which I find very interesting. It's like the heavens are crying. Why are the heavens crying? Because we have a lot of lives that have been lost around this time that we remember. And, it really is something that often makes me think, as much as I appreciate all those who have fought for our freedoms, right? These freedoms that we have now. And some people say we're not very free at all. And it's interesting during COVID, what has been happening to our freedoms, right? Freedom of information is one area that has certainly been challenged through COVID, and people have been questioning, well, if there's nothing to hide, why do we have so much censorship? Why so much censorship? So ANZAC Day, I know a lot of our American friends and people overseas are probably wondering, what is ANZAC Day all about? Well, this is what it's about. ANZAC actually stands for Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. And the soldiers that actually were in these forces became known as ANZACs. So ANZAC Day is actually a commemoration of the anniversary of the landing of Australian and New Zealand troops at Gallipoli in Turkey on the 25th of April in 1915. 1915, so over 100 years ago. And what was the cost of this? Now, I shared on Facebook earlier today the casualties. Now, I always say this, no winners in war. There's no winners in war. And as much as I feel for all those who've passed before us, I feel that often in war, there's a lot of casualties that do not need to be on all sides, right? So what actually happened was about 480,000 Allied forces took part in the Gallipoli campaign at a cost of more than 250,000 casualties, and that includes 46,000 dead. On the Turkish side, the campaign also cost about 250,000 casualties, with 65,000 people killed. Now, according to online stats, the Gallipoli campaign was a costly failure for the Allies, with an estimated 27,000 French and 115,000 British and Dominion troops, that's Great Britain, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, India, and Newfoundland, were killed or wounded. And over half of these casualties, about 73,485, were British and Irish troops. So my heart goes out to all of those people who fought for what they considered to be our freedoms, what we consider to be our freedoms today. How free are you feeling right now? How free are you feeling right now? Let me know. And in fact, what are you grateful for today? Now, the reason I bring this up is because while we can focus on the things in life that we don't like or we're not happy about, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Right? There's always light that can be seen in every bit of darkness. And in fact, if it wasn't for the dark nights, we wouldn't see how bright the stars shine. Right? We don't see the light unless there's darkness. And in fact, the yin yang of life is there's always going to be dark forces and there's always going to be light forces out there. And I know that there's a lot of very good people, I'm sure, that have gone to war with the best of intentions. And those who go into the army. My dad was in the Turkish army, actually. It was compulsory. My parents grew up in Turkey, and they were Christians in a Muslim country, 99% Muslims in Turkey. And even though they were brought up in Turkey, they never felt that they belonged. Interestingly, they never felt like they belonged. In fact, my dad, because his dad was Ukrainian, he was called infidel or a traitor because he had a Russian or Ukrainian father and he had a Greek mother. And, these things happen again and again over time, where we've had people fighting over culture and land and all sorts of reasons why people go to war. And the sooner we realize that we're all in this together, that it's one planet, one world. If you just step back from the world for a moment and look at the vastness of the universe, you will realize that we are all one. We are all one. We are all individuals. We are all beautiful people, magnificent people. And the sooner that we come to appreciate cultures, different people, different traditions, we appreciate, we can learn so much from other cultures. And the sooner that we learn to live in peace and harmony, and that starts with being peaceful and harmonious within ourselves as well, is actually finding that inner peace. The sooner that we find that inner peace, the sooner we're going to have a peaceful world. And there was a great question on Facebook the other day, is what's one piece of advice you would give your younger self? And in fact, I'd love to know from you, what's one piece of advice you would give your younger self? And for me, it's that hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. I wish I knew that when I was younger, because I was such a people pleaser. I didn't get why, when people were being nasty to me, that it wasn't about me at all. It actually hurt people. And there are a lot of hurting people out there right now. And this is why I started the Global Good News Challenge. This is why since June 2020, I have been standing for good news in the face of all the bad news. So we can easily focus on the bad news, like the mainstream media love to do every single bloody day, right? 98% negative news. They just keep going on with it. In fact, CNN stands for constant negative news. Okay? Constant negative news. And the thing is, it's important to know what's going on in the world, and also to be objective and keep an open mind to what you're hearing in the mainstream media. Now, I've worked in the media for over 30 years myself, and I've seen the media programming firsthand. I have seen how when people are in fear, that they are controlled, and government, even the word government means mind control, right? The sooner that we get that we have been controlled and manipulated and lied to for years by government and authority. And it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe sometimes. And I know a lot of people bury their head in the sand, and hey, each to their own on this. However, I do encourage you to question everything. Question everything. Just because you think something is normal, is it really normal? What do you believe to be true that isn't? What do you believe to be true that isn't? Hello, Jeff. Good to see you there. Lest we forget. Yes, lest we forget. And, I honor all those who have fought for freedoms around the world, for every country that they have been fighting for freedom. I honor and I respect people's choices in that. And I think also it would be great if there were actually no wars, full stop. It would be great if there were no more wars worldwide. Wouldn't that be bloody great? Wouldn't that be awesome? That's what I'm standing for, is world peace, and people not fighting over things like land, etc., and getting that, it is one world here. We are one world. We are one, one peoples, really. We are all extraordinary. And it's not about competition, it's about collaboration. And more I'm hearing this, and the clients that I've been working with lately with PR, they're all talking about the same thing: collaboration, not competition. Getting thinner. Okay, well, thank you, Facebook user. Getting thinner, I'm not quite sure what you mean there. Am I looking thinner today? Am I? Okay, well, whatever that means. Thank you, Facebook user. You can allow StreamYard to see your comments at the top there, or see your profile, or just pop in your name there. Let us know, what are you grateful for today? Thank you for joining, wherever you're joining us from right now. What are you grateful for today? The Global Good News Challenge is all about sharing gratitude. And the whole idea is to lift the energy on the planet and help to decrease depression and suicide rates. Because we know that negativity and crap is going to keep happening. Life is going to keep throwing curveballs at us, right? And everything happens for you, not to you, as they say. Everything happens for you, not to you. And it's interesting, the kinds of people that we attract into our lives, and kinds of people I've attracted into my life. And your vibe attracts your tribe, they say. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And I find that the more I'm conscious of my vibe, and the more that I am coming from a loving space and an accepting space, no matter how I feel about something, right? So, feeling through all the different emotions of life, feeling through and allowing the feelings to come through you, no matter whether they're elevated or contracted feelings. We're going to go up and down this roller coaster ride of life, right? That's just part of the journey. And it's about appreciating all of it, appreciating all of it and accepting it for what it is and what it isn't. We can't change the past, right? All we can do is move forward from here and create a better future. And that is about being in the now. The power is in the present. The power of now, as Eckhart Tolle said, right? The power is in the present. So the Global Good News Challenge is an absolutely free live video challenge that you can participate in. All the details are at the top of the Global Good News Challenge Facebook page, and you can find the link to that. You just either search in Facebook, look for Global Good News Challenge, or you can just pop along to my link tree, which has got all my links in it, and just hop along to this one here, a link tree. In fact, look for that little logo, Global Good News Challenge logo. Very simple. A live video challenge. You can do it on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever your platform of choice is, TikTok. And all it is just share for April. It's a 4-day challenge, being the 4th month. So 4 days in a row for April. You can start at any time up till the end of April. 4 days in a row, sharing your name, what you do, 3 things you're grateful for, and a piece of good news. Okay, so here's mine for today. A simple example. Hi, I'm Aldwyn Alternay, known as the Media Queen. What I do is I help speakers become famous using publicity online and offline. 3 things I'm grateful for today is I'm grateful for you watching this right now. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm grateful for seeing your comments coming up soon on what you're grateful for today. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful to be alive right now. 2 months ago, I had a near-death experience. I got washed out to sea in Coffs Harbour, and it's like the reset button has been pressed. And I'm ultra grateful right now to be alive. And in fact, since then, there's something that happens when you face your mortality, and it just reminds you how fragile life is. And that's certainly what it's done for me. So I'm so grateful to be alive. There's just a few things I'm grateful for. Grateful to live on the Gold Coast. I'm grateful I had a swim in the ocean today. I could keep going. I'm grateful for all my mentors, for the beautiful books that are out there and all the knowledge, and for all the amazing videos and inspiring media and good news media out there and truth media. I'm grateful for all of that. And I am grateful for you, Kerry. Good to see you there. Hello, Kerry, sending you love. Great to see you, beautiful. Grateful for you. Thank you so much for being in my life. I think there's a reason that we attract our tribe. We attract our tribe. Now, interestingly, today I was actually having a lunch at Southport Surf Club, and someone came up to me and said, "Hey, Aldwyn, I've been seeing you on Facebook," and I had no idea who this person was. And it's so interesting. We don't know who is actually watching our stuff when we put it out there. We don't know whose lives we're actually impacting. And the Global Good News Challenge is about lifting that energy on the planet. So there's a few things I'm grateful for. And my good news is on Saturday, for those in the Brisbane area, I'm doing a fantastic workshop with Lorna Buckland called Skyrocket Your Success Masterclass. It's going to be very, very cool. We're going to do vision boards, we're going to do cleansing practices. We're going to give you some tips on how to get yourself out there. It's going to be really, really cool in the Wakerley area in Brisbane this Saturday from 9 till 6. I know the people that attended our last event in January absolutely loved it. I'm not sure when we'll be doing another one after this. And so if you do want to, have a day where you're investing in yourself, fully catered event, goodie bags, all sorts of cool stuff, you'll find the link also in my link tree right here, linktr.ee/Aldwyn. And you can come and join us there. We're going to have a really cool day. It'll be an intimate group of people, and it will be very, very cool. So I'd love you to join us on Saturday if you can. I've been traveling a fair bit lately. I've got more travel on the horizon this year, and I'm so grateful for everything that has brought me to this point in my life. So as Gandhi says, be the change you wish to see in the world. If you're sick of all the negative news out there, then here's your chance to make a difference, to be the difference that you wish to see. So I look forward to seeing your good news challenges coming up 4 days in a row. If you miss a day, then go back to day 1, start again for April. May, we're going to have a 5-day challenge, being the 5th month. And as I say, miss a day, back to day one. So the discipline is 4 days in a row of doing a very simple live video challenge. You can do it just holding your phone up. I'm using StreamYard right now. You can use any platform you like. You can go straight to the platforms as well. Kerry says you'll be amazing. Thank you so much, Kerry. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So grateful for life, and so grateful considering all the troops that gave their lives for us across the world, for each of their countries across the world. He is honouring you and honouring your families as well. As I can imagine, it, there's a ripple effect of everything, right? There's a ripple effect of everything. And, living and dying by our choices in life. Living and dying by our choices. So, Kerry, I'm grateful for catching up with friends today and a young one who celebrated turning 3. That's awesome, Kerry. Well, happy birthday to the young one turning 3. How gorgeous. Actually, I saw some babies today at Southport Surf Lifesaving Club. They were so adorable. I got so clucky for a moment there, so clucky. Beautiful thing. Every life is a miracle. In fact, you are a miracle, and you are 1 in a billion just by being born. It's between 400 million to 1.2 billion. We'll just say 1 in a billion. You're 1 in a billion just by being born, with the number of swimmers that swam along there, and you won out of all those swimmers, right? You made it to the finish line. And so he's honouring you and honouring your life, and here's to making the most of this very precious life we have. Wishing you lots of love. I'll be back tomorrow for day 2 of my Global Good News Challenge. And of course, if you hashtag Global Good News Challenge, like I have here and also in your title, then we will share your challenge out to thousands of people on our Facebook groups as well. So it's great free marketing for you, great way for you to connect with your people and stay connected and collaborate rather than compete, right? This is about let's all lift the energy collectively. Be the change. And as Margaret Mead says, a small group of thoughtful people can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has. Honouring you today. Have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye for now.